Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will immerse ourselves in Envoy Extraordinary by William Golding. Envoy Extraordinary is a short story by William Golding, first published in the collection Sometime, Never 1957. Set in the Roman Empire, it is a satirical and philosophical exploration of innovation, power, and human folly. Golding imagines a world where the advent of steam power and industrialization threatens to upend societal norms centuries ahead of its time, raising questions about progress and its unintended consequences. Plot summary. The Roman Empire, resplendent and eternal, basks in its supremacy, its rulers governing a world held together by tradition and conquest. On a warm evening in an opulent villa, the emperor and his grandson Mamilius converse in a shaded loggia overlooking meticulously manicured gardens. The emperor, aged and perceptive, seeks respite in his grandson's company, though Mamilius remains aloof and restless, his discontent stemming from the ennui of privilege. Time, to Mamilius, is a languid beast, dragging its feet as he wrestles with the unending monotony of his existence. The tranquility of their exchange is broken by the arrival of Phaneocles, an eccentric Greek inventor, and his veiled sister, Euphrosyne. Phaneocles comes bearing a creation unlike anything the emperor has ever seen, a model steamship. The invention is ungainly, with massive paddle wheels and a brass boiler. Phaneocles, in a torrent of enthusiasm, explains its potential, painting a future of ships powered by steam, free from the whims of wind and the tyranny of oars. The emperor listens with an amused skepticism, his calculating mind weighing the disruptive implications of such an invention. He recognizes the audacity of Phaneocles' vision, but remains unconvinced of its necessity or safety. Mamilius, meanwhile, finds his attention divided. Euphrosyne's veiled presence haunts him, her beauty hinted at through whispers and glimpses. Her silence and modesty create a fascination that unsettles him, igniting emotions he cannot fully articulate. The emperor, ever watchful, notes his grandson's distraction, but chooses not to interfere, allowing the undercurrents of desire and ambition to unfold. The emperor commands Phaneocles to demonstrate his invention. In the bustling harbor, the ungainly steamship, christened Amphitrite, is unveiled in all its industrial glory. Its brass and iron components gleam under the Mediterranean sun, and Talus, a headless man of brass with mechanical limbs, stands at its heart, a symbol of human ingenuity and hubris. When activated, Amphitrite roars to life, her paddle wheels churning the waters, her brass funnel belching steam. The crowd that gathers is both awestruck and fearful, their cheers mingling with murmurs of dread. Amphitrite's maiden demonstration does not go smoothly. A series of mishaps, including an ill-fated test of a pressure cooker and a failed launch, underscore the chaotic potential of this new technology. Tensions rise when a sabotaged crane nearly crushes Mamilius. The emperor, whose wry humor masks a deep sense of responsibility, sees the dangers of such untested progress. He warns Mamilius of ambition's perils and urges caution, though his grandson remains enamored with the possibility of transformation. The political implications of Amphitrite cannot be ignored. The emperor's heir, Posthumus, a brute whose strength lies in warfare rather than wisdom, grows suspicious of Mamilius' involvement with the ship. Posthumus interprets his younger cousin's interest in the invention as a threat to his authority. Word reaches the emperor that Posthumus is gathering an army, consolidating power along the coast. The emperor, pragmatic and aware of the fragile balance that sustains his rule, decides to confront the situation head-on. He orders Amphitrite to be prepared for a voyage, intending to meet Posthumus and quell his fears. The sky darkens as Amphitrite prepares to depart, a storm brewing both in the heavens and within the hearts of those aboard. Mamilius, clad in ceremonial armor, feels the weight of his lineage and the uncertainty of his future. The emperor, ever composed, sees the storm as a reflection of the chaos they must navigate. The crew, reluctant and apprehensive, casts off, Amphitrite's paddles slicing through the churning sea as thunder growls overhead. The voyage is perilous. Amphitrite, for all her mechanical might, is an untested marvel, her steam engine groaning under the strain. The emperor and Mamilius face their fears in silence, their thoughts occupied by the confrontation ahead. The storm intensifies, lashing the ship with rain and waves. Fanocles, his dreams of progress embodied in the vessel, works tirelessly to keep her afloat, his passion and desperation palpable. When they reach the coast, the scene is grim. Posthumous, fleet dominates the harbor, warships bristling with weapons, their crews prepared for battle. Amphitrite, dwarfed and vulnerable, is an anomaly in this world of tradition and power. The emperor, with Mamilius at his side, steps ashore to meet Posthumous. The tension between the cousins is palpable, a reflection of the broader struggle between innovation and the entrenched order. The emperor's diplomacy, tempered with wit and wisdom, prevents outright conflict. He assures Posthumous that Amphitrite poses no threat to his rule, framing her as an experiment rather than a revolution. Posthumous, though unconvinced, accepts this for the moment. The emperor recognizes the tenuousness of this peace and the cost of maintaining it. As they depart the harbor, Amphitrite, battered and beleaguered, seems a metaphor for the fragile progress she represents. The emperor, reflective and resigned, acknowledges the double-edged nature of human ambition. Mamilius, chastened but wiser, grapples with his own place in this shifting world. Fanocles, despite his setbacks, remains undeterred, his gaze fixed on a future only he can envision. As Amphitrite disappears into the mist, the Roman Empire returns to its rhythm, unchanged on the surface but forever altered beneath. The invention that might have reshaped the world is relegated to obscurity, a reminder that progress is as much a matter of timing as of ingenuity. Looking for more great reads? Be sure to check out other books by William Golding. Find them in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in William Golding's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.